Continuing on the topic of impactful storytelling, let's now talk about using sound bites in your package. I challenge you this. I challenge you to not use a soundbite more than 10 seconds throughout your package. Obviously, there's going to be circumstances where we can be flexible on that. If you're interviewing a candidate for an election, they're likely going to have a lot longer soundbite. There's other circumstances as well. Anyway, longer soundbites tend to drag a story. We all know that people tend to have shorter attention spans nowadays. Because of that, I encourage you to keep your packages between 130 and 145, unless it's a super interesting topic or a feature. Again, there's always going to be room for flexibility on all of this stuff. Now, when it comes to cutting down on package time, let's say you have a 2-minute package. So you want to get it down to 145. So what you can do is go through your script. Okay, what's extremely important? What's critical that I need to keep in here? Number 1. Number 2, does anything repeat itself? Is there something in the intro that's also in the package script, and vice versa? Another thing when it comes to sound bites and your track. So you don't want your track to just repeat exactly what your sound bite is going to say. Rather, take your track and then have your soundbite complete that thought. Take another look at your package script and say, what can I take out and use as a breakout element, either in another show or up on the web? Overall, a variation of SOTs is really going to help with pacing. Long SOTs, short SOTs, nat sound. What's pacing? Pacing is kind of how your package ebbs and flows, and there's kind of a rhythm to your storytelling. These different variation of sound bites, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 1 second, nat sound, that's going to be huge when it comes to pacing.
A happy-go-lucky 9-year-old boy dancing to the beat of his own drum before social distancing was even a thing.
He's just a fun kid.
But in these times with routines thrown out, it's a little more difficult for this family.
We are trying our best to come up with a new normal.
That's because JW has autism.
About day 3 or 4, he just had a total meltdown. So I think it's okay to embrace and accept those meltdowns. They're part of our journey. They're going to happen.
Now, there's no manual for explaining a global pandemic to kids, especially ones where routines matter.
We've had takeout delivered on a Takeout Tuesday. He'll say, is the virus coming in with that food? So, we know that those anxieties are still there.
So to cure those anxieties, Amy is going above and beyond.
Bonjour, friends.
JW loves to travel, and they do every spring break.
So we decided to bring the world to our house and travel from room to room and learn about different parts of our world while we are staying healthy at home. He said, you better hurry up, Mom. We only have 5 minutes until we land in Hawaii.
Amy says transparent communication works with him, but that's not always guaranteed.
What we're doing right now may not work next week.
Nonetheless, there's something that does work, and it's this team right here. A fun, supportive mom and a normal kid who is probably much better at keeping a schedule than most of us.
I let him know that his brain just works a little bit differently than everybody else's, and that is what makes him so special and so unique.
Reporting for 13 News, I'm Kelly Dean.
We've done everything to put parts on the space shuttle mission, to shipping parts all over the world.
Nestled in the Plum Springs Industrial District, it's fairly quiet around the business Machined Ceramics. That was until Sunday night around 11.
A masked man came up with a pair of bolt cutters as a hammer and broke one of our Ring cameras.
It was this Ring camera right here that captured a person trying to smash and damage the camera. That mission for them, unsuccessful.
We ended up putting it back together and it worked.
While the reason for this violent act is unclear, another crime also caught on camera carried into the following day.
Either the same or another gentleman who knew the other guy walks right up our driveway, picks up his hat, which he wore last night, picks up the box we're shipping, took the contents, and gone in broad daylight.
Inside the stolen box, 100 tiny ceramic machinery parts.
Valuable for the people that want it, machined parts, but for anybody else, they're worthless.
Vice President of the business, Ken Marshall, speculating that the two divisive acts caught on camera are likely related.
I believe they knew what was going on, and they've seen our schedule.
And so the search is on for those responsible for smashing one night and grabbing the next day.
Lights are stuck in the on position, so we have to replace it, but the camera still works miraculously.
Reporting for 13 News, I'm Kelly Dean.
Woo! Justice for Jeremy! This is Jeremy and me. I was a couple months old. This was Jeremy when he was younger. He's going to be missed a lot.
A daughter that says she's seeking justice.
I want justice for my dad.
Destiny Marr was one of nearly a dozen protesters to stage outside Glasgow Police Thursday.
Talked to him 2 days before this happened.
Since his death, a video surfaced. We don't know what took place before this, but this video here appears to show Glasgow police trying to place Marr under arrest.
Seeing him get kicked like that over and over again is not right, and I want justice for him and all his kids.
But if you watch the video, you clearly see it was overkill to me. I mean, I wouldn't be able to take that much. Thank you.
His family and friends also say he went to the home on Cleveland Avenue to ask for help and claim he wasn't trying to break in.
I'd say he's kind-hearted for sure, and maybe he had little problems.
The father of 4 was 35 years old.
He loved his kids very much. He was going through things.
And court documents indicate that he did have a criminal history.
This was the Jeremy everybody knew, the smiley, lively Jeremy, not the I need help Jeremy. Justice for Jeremy!
Justice for Jeremy!
And so they say the journey for justice begins. In the meantime, the investigation continues as family and friends say they are pleading for more answers to be brought to light.
I just want justice for Jeremy, and it will be brought forward, and we're marching for it.
At this time, the cause of death has not been released. Reporting in Glasgow, Kelly Dean, 13 News.